The Broken Clock, an old clockmaker's lesson on timing, patience, and inner strength. In a serene and tranquil village lived an aged clockmaker named Yusuf. From his childhood, he harbored a profound love for timepieces. The meticulous dance of the hands, the flawless synchronization of intricate parts, all of it held an irresistible charm for him. Over time, Yusuf not only became a master craftsman, but also seemed to have gleaned answers to life's profound questions through his work. One day, a young man approached Yusuf, his voice laced with dejection. "I've tried so hard, but I can't seem to succeed in life. I think I'm just unlucky. Everything seems to hold me back." Yusuf looked at the young man with a calm gaze, a deep sense of empathy in his eyes. He invited the young man to sit and began to show him a particularly unique clock he had crafted. Though old, its intricate carvings were remarkable. However, the young man noticed that one of the clock's hands was broken. "This clock holds a special lesson for my life," Yusuf began. "Many years ago, when I was a young man, I made this clock myself. But soon after, one of its hands broke. At first, I was utterly disheartened. It felt like a broken clock was utterly useless." The young man listened intently, his curiosity piqued. "But," Yusuf continued, "I didn't give up. I considered that just because one hand was broken didn't mean the entire clock was defunct. The broken hand might not be able to measure the seconds, but the other hands could still accurately tell the hours and minutes." "So what did you do?" the young man asked. "I tried to repair the clock, but the tools of that time couldn't fully fix the broken hand. So I decided to keep the clock as it was. It would remind me of an important lesson every day." The young man's curiosity grew. "What lesson was that?" Yusuf smiled gently. "Firstly, time has its own rhythm. No obstacle or adversity can truly stop it. Just as the broken hand couldn't halt the movement of the minute in our hands, so too does life continue its course despite the setbacks we face. We must have patience and wait for the time when circumstances become favorable again." "Secondly," Yusuf added, "we all have some form of imperfection in our lives. Some might have external limitations, others internal weaknesses. But we shouldn't judge our entire lives based on these imperfections. If I had discarded this clock because of its broken hand, I would have never known the value the other hand still possessed in telling time. And the third and most crucial lesson," Yusuf paused, looking directly into the young man's eyes, "is inner strength. Just as the broken hand couldn't completely render the clock useless, our inner will and resilience can overcome any adversity. We might lag behind others in certain aspects, but that doesn't mean we have no potential left." Yusuf remained silent for a moment. The quiet of the room seemed to amplify the weight of his words. Then he continued, "You see, this broken clock might not give the perfect time, but it teaches me to be patient in life. It teaches me to believe in my inner strength despite imperfections. And most importantly, time never stops. Bad times will surely pass." The young man listened, captivated by Yusuf's words. Looking at the broken clock, he seemed to find a new perspective on life. The clouds of despair that had gathered in his mind began to dissipate. He understood that encountering failures in life didn't signify the end of everything. Perhaps he had faced obstacles, and some dreams hadn't materialized, but that didn't mean he was incapable of achieving anything. His inner strength, his efforts, these were what truly mattered. With time, perhaps he too could reach the pinnacle of success. Thanking Yusuf, the young man took his leave. The dejection in his eyes had been replaced by a newfound glimmer of hope. He had realized that the clock of life might sometimes falter, but if the inner mechanisms remained intact, the hands of time would eventually point in the right direction. All that was needed was patience, perseverance, and faith in one's inner strength. I hope you like this motivational story. If you like this motivated video, so please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel.